Let's do a tier list. What patch are we on? I don't even know what patch we're on. I'm gonna call it Merlin patch. I didn't even watch the video yet, but Andy posted a video, I'm assuming of some point in time where you farmed DM Brandon. Why are you smirking mid-match knowing that you're clapping this dude's cheeks and gonna watch it afterwards and laugh your ass off? As soon as I saw you post this, I saw this face and I'm like, this dude is having the time of his fucking life knowing he this dude and he's gonna be able to watch it back for eternity. All right, so we got must ban, S tier, A+, top picks, A tier, always good, B tier, good and bad matchups, not necessarily a bad god or a good god. C, situational, meaning you might pick the god to counter something. Other than that, probably not the best. D, bad god, but you can win games. You're not trolling. F tier, don't play it, right? All right. Achilles, I think A tier, A+ is beast. I think Achilles is always good out of the jungle, out of solo lane, and even out of support. Go hybrid, free executes, right? Agni, Agni's a mage. That's all that needs to be said. Mages are horrendous in Smite 2 right now. Agni's got pretty solid setup, but it's not Smite 1 Agni where you're going to one-tap people like you should. So for the time being, until they fix mages, you're going to see Agni in B tier. If they fix mages, he definitely moves up to A or A+. Aladdin. I think they killed Aladdin, but I do think he's still situational. If there's no CC immunities in the game and you have a very high chance of being able to ult people, Aladdin's good. If you don't, I think Aladdin's kit has been nerfed too much. I like, he's to the point where he's not fun to play, sadly, even though he has one of the coolest kits they've ever made in their lives. Dude, yeah, Agni used to be able to bomb, stun, bomb, and you were dead if you were full build. Now you have to bomb, wait for your bomb to come back up, bomb, 2 dash, and then maybe they're dead. Amaterasu. Amaterasu is beast mode. Borderline in this meta must ban, especially for lower level. That lower level, I'd say must ban, including high level, I'd say A+. Best objective burner in the game, and objectives are still too easy even after the revert. Auto attack items are beast mode. You got Sunbeam Bow, you got Braggies, you got Xe. You even have hybrid items like Berserker and Pharaohs, which are all very good. Even Shoguns if you wanted to go hybrid. Ammo works out of the jungle very, very well. It is just a great objective play. So if you play around farming and objectives, you will win on Ammo all the time. And early game, you can kill faster than anybody else in the game. Honor, I think Honor's down here in bad, but you're not trolling. Like, I don't think Honor is worthless, but he's probably the worst hunter in the game, which is crazy because you think with 100% attack speed off his passive aspect would be nuts. It's just not. It doesn't hit. Anubis situational. If you can exploit pressure in the mid lane, dope. But if they have a team that's going to dive on top of you, you're never going to get to play the game. So you have to really know the comp. So it's not even good matchups. It's like you have to know the entire comp, last pick type of play. Honor got a decent amount of play decent on the tourney. Did it win? Because I don't think ADCs did anything. Oh, if they were going no aspect Honor in the tourney, it was so they could maybe kill tanks. Literally the only reason for the pen on the shit. Santa Stalker with 83. He's getting to 100. Thank you. Aphrodite. All right. Aphrodite is a must ban when the support picking it knows how to play Aphrodite. If they don't know how to play Aphrodite, she falls down to like situational, which is crazy. But if you know what you're doing with Afro and you're W king while linked with somebody consistently throughout a game, she needs to be banned. Like 100%, she needs to be banned. She'll ruin your games. Ares, I would put in B tier. Good, bad matchups. With his aspect, he's beast. He's very good, but CC immunities ruin him. Hard CC ruins him. And he does die very quickly when being targeted. But you can go into a game with Ares and you'll be all right. You just have to know how to play the matchups. Artemis. I think Artemis is always good right now. At first, I wasn't sold on auto attack Artemis. But no aspect auto attack Artemis is very good with the self peel and the 1. It becomes hyper valuable and you crush. Plus you get a CC immunity. You're fast as hell. The auto attack builds have been buffed. Like there's a bunch of reasons, right? Then aspect Artemis, if you're playing that in the jungle, also valuable because you have the fastest clear in the game and you have a very good gank, oddly enough, and auto attack items are valuable. Wolf Rage, is that 20 tonight, brother? Or 10 tonight? Thank you for the 10 gifted, man. 10 gifted. He gets some of this. Some of this. Athena. I think Athena is situational. You have to be able to not get pressured in lane. If you're going to get out pressured in lane, not worth playing Athena. But a support Athena kind of goes hard if she gets out of that laning phase or has pressure somehow if you just have better picks. Awelix, top pick. She's always good. You're pretty much just spamming your ult. You have the best ult in the game. It's that simple. Bacchus, I think Bacchus is another one of those good bad matchups similar to Ares. High pressure does well in the Sunder meta. Can be counterpicked. Ares has a decent matchup into him. Wheelix is going to kill you on cooldown, you know, normal stuff, right? What's the difference between situational and good, bad matchups? Situational is going to be very specific to the situation. B tier, good, bad matchups is going to be you're going to have good and bad matchups. Just in any game you're in. You're not going to be the overpowered character. So they're two different things. Situational, hey, I need anti-heal. Hey, they pick no dive. Hey, they have healing, so I'm going to go this. Or hey, they have no way of building anti-heal, so I'm going to go healing. Good, bad matchups, you pick the gods, and by the time the full drafts are out, you're going to have good matchups and some of the gods and bad. Baron. Did Baron Aspect come out today? Is it live or is it not live yet? Oh, no, that's tomorrow, right? Baron Aspect is tomorrow. So keep in mind, it's tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, with Mojo Aspect. I would put Baron in situational as, honestly, as a mid and a support and a solo. Mid, it's, are you going to be run at? If you're not going to be run at, he's beast. He honestly has so much damage output. In support, I'm basing it off of the aspect that's coming out on Monday, which essentially turns your 2 into a spam heal ability. And it seems like it might be pretty valuable, but we don't know yet. Nobody's really played it or seen it. So that's, iffy. On a B tier, good, bad matchups out of the solo lane, you're going to power stomp through lower level games. Once you get into higher level games, your matchups are going to be a little bit more important. Your team fight matchups are going to be a little bit more important. You're not always going to stomp everybody, but it's a god that can be played regardless. Kabrakin, same boat. Same with matchups. That's out of jungle. That's out of mid. That's out of support. He can be played kind of everywhere. You just need to know how to deal with your matchups. CERN. I honestly would put CERN in A tier right now. That's always good. Auto attack CERN ADC is good again because they've buffed auto attack items so much. Plus having self peel is valuable. Plus the pen from your 1 to kill tanks. Your 1 pen is 25%. It scales too. I don't remember if it scales. I think it scales off of int, so it's irrelevant. But it might not. It might scale off something else, or maybe it doesn't scale. I don't know. It's 25% base on the pen. So XE plus that is 49% pen. Killing tanks, pen, valuable, right? Awesome. Then the aspect out of the jungle. Auto attack builds are good. Same thing with the pen. You can kind of burst somebody down. You can face check tanks, and it's a really, really strong build. I mean, I put a video up on it like 2 days ago. Chalk. I'd say Chalk has good and bad matchups. If they're going to be able to avoid your ult, Chalk really, really falls off. With the new blink and not being able to just combat blink 24/7, I think it definitely puts him down here in a B. I'd say he'd borderline be in between these if combat blink was still in the game. Just because you pretty much guarantee landing your ult every time, which is cringe. Cupid is always good out of the ADC role. His ult is very valuable. Danza, good and bad matchups out of the ADC role. Out of mid, full burst, int build, really strong, but you get put out of position, so you're going to have some bad matchups. Jungle, same boat. You're going to dive and get put out of position to play it, so you will have bad matchups. If they're letting you run them down, you're going to crush. Fenrir, I don't like Fenrir. I really don't. I don't know if I'd put him situational. I'd probably leave him in B. But I really feel like his good matchups are far, far, far lower than his bad matchups. Like, there are way more bad matchups than good matchups. Geb. I think Geb is kind of bad. I think Geb is bad. I really do. We're in a Thunder meta where pressure supports just tend to do better. And Geb is not a pressure support. Hades, I don't like Hades, but you can play him on a solo, good and bad matchups. If you're really comfortable running full damage Hades, I like it. If you're going to run tank Hades, I think it's bad. I'd put him down here in D tier as a hybrid build. Hecate, good and bad matchups out of mid. Mages are just weak in general. Hercules, I don't think I'd ban. I don't think I'd put Hercules in must ban. He can be banned. All of these gods can be banned as like a secondary ban. Hercules is beast as a tank and as a jungler. He's very, very good. He's easy as fuck to play. Hunbats, they've destroyed the monkey. I don't know why you'd play him. I really don't. His aspect has been slaughtered to the point where the only way you really run aspect is if you were going to run an auto attack build, which you could. And then in general, his ult is just nerfed into the ground. There's no more perfect ults, which is unfortunate. I'd say Izanami's B tier. I like Izanami as a hunter. She's gonna have bad matchups. Cupid's gonna be a bad matchup for you. CERN could be a bad matchup for you. Art could be a bad matchup for you. You do have really good early clear, so you could argue A, but in general, good players are gonna exploit Izanami's weaknesses a lot. Plus, Erendite is a meta item. You're getting cooked by anyone running at you with Erendite. You're not killing a tank who has Erendite running at you. Hey, haven't seen enough of her right now, so I'm going to leave her a D tier. She did get buffed, plus auto attack items are viable, but crit is her builds, and crit is not the optimal auto attack build right now. Khepri, I think Khepri sucks. Genuinely, I'd say trash. I would say trash. Three. Hold on, we got Achilles, Thanatos, Sobek. 3 of the higher tier gods in the game that are always good have executes, which counter Khepri, right? There's a bunch of cripples in the game, counters Khepri. There's a bunch of hard CC in the game, counters Khepri. There's a lot of mass damage and mass abilities, counters Khepri. He is bad engage. I wouldn't recommend playing Khepri right now. Jingwei had high prio in the tourney. My issue with the tourney, everything is all the damage dealers knew they were dealing with tanks. So like they were just doing their best to find some way to kill tanks. Kukulkan, I think Kukulkan is always good in mid right now because you have guaranteed clear pressure. However, if you're bad at Kukulkan and you don't use the dash enough, if you're not saving your 3 in the late game to use as a dash, you're going to get rolled. But the 1 poly combo is absolutely crushing everybody in the late game. Loki, assassins suck. I'd probably say good, bad matchups. In general, at the highest tier, assassins are ass. In other tiers, Loki's fine. Erendite being meta really does hurt him, which almost makes me put him in D, but I'm fine with him being up here. Everyone's not going to use Erendite correctly against you. Medusa, I don't think Medusa's bad, just bad matchups. They need to fuck with her build a little bit and decide whether she's a ability hunter, which is what we all expected, which she's really not right now, but she doesn't even play well as an auto attack hunter. Merlin, literal shit below F tier. His numbers are too low. Period. That's it. Like all of his numbers are just too low. He doesn't do anything. Don't play Merlin. There's just no reason. I think Mordred is always good right now with the tank build. Out of solo or jungle, the tank builds are just crazy. You're looking at like Runeforge, Mystical Mail, Anchile, Pridwin as your items, fucking Hide of the Nemean to deal with hunters. You got tons of items. There's so many good tank items. Mulan, I like Mulan right now with the tank meta. I think Mulan's still a weaker god, but with the tank meta, it doesn't matter. With Sunder being meta, it allows your kit to have enough damage out of it. Also, remember, all these gods I'm saying you build tank, you're having Sunder. So that is an extra 455 damage in your kit. That kind of helps Mulan along. If they take that away, she's going to fall down to D. Neith. I think Neith is always a top pick. Aspect, Neith ADC, full strength auto attack crit build, like a regular build from a hunter. Then mid int build, no aspect. I think both versions of Neith are top fucking tier, and there's no downside to her at all, except for a Wheelix counters her. But you got to deal with a Wheelix or bad Wheelix if you're going to play it. Nemesis, I think Nem is bad. I think you can win with it, but I don't think you control yourself winning the game. I think you basically put the game in your team's hands and hope you can help them. I hate it. Nuwa, I think Nuwa's bad. Nuwa's ult does 0 damage. Nuwa's 2-1 combo or 2-3 combo does mediocre damage compared to where it's at. She's a horrible god for positioning. She does not exploit any part of this map at all, and she's kind of worthless. She's been nerfed like 4 or 5 times. She's worthless. Odin, I will say something. Odin, I think, is about to get an aspect. I think it was data mine. Let me double check. Someone told me about it. Yes. So I'm gonna pull this up. If you don't want to get spoiled for something, just skip ahead like a minute or 45 seconds. So Odin. Where is it? It's gonna be highlighted, right? Wait, it's not here? Is it here? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So data mine version of Odin's aspect. Your 2 is giving bonus strength and movement speed, which I'm guessing it takes away the shield. That's my assumption. You think it's fake? No data mining has been fake yet. It hasn't been 100% or it's been one or the other. However, we'll see. It looks like the 2 will remove shield and give you attack speed, strength, and movement speed. And then the 3 has a different scaling and a slow per stack on the 3. We'll see if that does anything. I don't think damage Odin is going to be better than base Odin, and I think base Odin is pretty fucking bad. I do think with this tank meta, you can get away with Odin because you're just running at them being annoying. You don't actually care about anything else plus Sunder damage. That aspect would probably be worse than situational. It would probably be D tier, would be my guess. I say situational for Odin because if they don't have leaps and you're forcing them to go shells, it's actually a W on your part. However, if they have leaps and the shell is just a secondary part to getting out, the Odin is worthless. They remove the shield, makes him irrelevant. Not if he's running you down as an auto attack god. You know, like if he's just a pure auto attack god, they might find a way to make it work if it's scaling up enough. I just think Odin's bad in general. Pele, I think, is B tier. She's got good matchups. She's got bad. You can kind of spam her in lower end games and just run at people and have fun. Poseidon, I think, is bad. I think Poseidon's damage has been nerfed too much, and really countering Poseidon ult is super easy with the gods in the game. Bari is the best god in the game. If you are not top pick, number one pick, picking Bari, you need to ban Bari every game. She's OP as fuck. She's easy as hell. You spam 3. Her other abilities are just secondary parts of her kit. Raw. I would say Raw. Dude, it sucks having mages so bad, bro. I'd probably put Raw down here into bad but not trolling, because I don't think Raw is situational. I think you can make him work, but I mean, anti-heal is so easy to get, so your healing is irrelevant. You pretty much have to be running no Aspect Raw and hitting every single ult. Aspect Raw has been nerfed in the ground. It's not worth playing. Rama. I like Rama right now. So much pressure, and that ultimate is crazy value. I really, really like Rama out of the ADC role. Problem with Rama is essentially what should happen is the old Smite 1 matchups, where like a CERN ulti on cooldown, an Artemis ulti on cooldown, and you have the ulti ult. Then that makes you open to ganks from junglers. That's going to happen regardless of Hunter, so I enjoy Rama for early game plus late game. Sobek, always good. Easy to play. Guaranteed setup. Do not run Aspect. Unless you're in solo, but even in solo, I probably wouldn't. Soul, situational. If you need magic damage out of an ADC role, player, but don't player as an ADC, still player as a mage. Simple. Susano, if assassins weren't weaker into this tank meta, he would be A tier. They've buffed him up enough where he's very valuable. Cripples are going to hurt him, and the fact that tanks are just going to roll at him, it makes it very hard to play, so I'm going to leave him in B until they figure that out. Thanatos, I think, is always good. You can run him hybrid. You can run him full damage. Having an execute is crazy value. His kit is strong. He's one of the better early games in the game and one of the better late games in the game because of his execute. GG. Morrigan is all about your ability to play Morrigan. I actually think aspect-wise, she's always good. She's pretty much ungankable if you're good. I don't think there's many people that are good at Morrigan. So your average player, probably down here in D, but a good player up here at A, being able to transfer into a tank and having 4 tanks on a team comp potentially is pretty sick. Thor, I think Thor is always good. I actually think Thor is one of the better gods in the game. Solo lane, hybrid tank Thor is beast. Out of the jungle, damage or hybrid Thor is beast. That's aspect out of solo and then aspect out on a tank build out of the jungle, or I like no aspect full damage Thor out of the jungle. Ul, I think Ul is weak. I think he's weak. I wouldn't put him on par with most of these other ADCs, to be honest. I don't even think situational is fair with this auto attack meta. I'd probably say D. Assassins are bad, meaning assassin items aren't OP, which means Ul isn't using OP items, and we're in an auto attack meta, and a Wheelix is meta, and tanks are meta. Ul pretty much can't play the game. Vulcan. I like Vulcan, but he's situational, because if they have Fenrir, they have Susano, they have Hercules, they have Thor, they have a Wheelix, you're fucked. They have Achilles, you're fucked. You don't get to play the game. They're all going to lock you down. They're going to avoid your knockup, self-peel, and you're going to die. If you are playing against a comp that is not diving at you, meaning situational, you can kind of sit back at free cast, and you're the hardest hitting mage in the game. It's kind of crazy. Yamoja, top pick, if you play her correctly out of support. Ymir, I'd say Ymir he's probably B tier. He just dies too easily to CC. He has to be too in your face. I like him, though, as a god. I just think he's not quite there yet. And then Zeus is another good bad matchup. Zeus does a lot of damage too for a mage, but you're immobile and you kind of die. You just go a hybrid version of a mage Zeus. What's up, Yeet? Thank you for the sub. So here is my tier list, and I think it's pretty fucking accurate. I really don't know of many gods I'd move around. Mages suck. Like, Morrigan being A tier isn't even because she's a mage. It's because she's safe, ungankable, and can turn into a tank. like that's fucked. And then Kakalkin is basically because you can run away from people pretty easily and you actually do decent damage. You can play attack speed Bari or strength build Bari. Full strength ability build, you just spam your 3. Hi-Rez doing a good job getting the roster up. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of gods, so they're pumping even with the reduced speed of gods coming out. Yeah, Goro, I saw a bit. They really didn't do anything is the whole thing. Jingwei was picked to be safe to get away from tanks. Honor was picked, I'm assuming, to kill tanks with passive. The thing is, ranked is not that tournament. That tournament had 3 players building Pridwin, Mystical Mail in the first 3 items. That is not happening in your rank games, because you're not going to carry with those setups. So your good players are going to want to carry the shitty players. They're going to go less tanky. That means you're usually not dealing with a full tank jungler and potentially not a as tanky soul laner. Merlin's damage numbers are like half of what they should be, which is crazy. Which means he has no scaling. Hi, Callie, I hear you. I genuinely like Merlin's aspect. They just got to fix the numbers so you can actually see what he's capable of. All mages just suck right now, though. I think Hi-Rez is gonna have to have a come to Jesus moment with the fact that hybrid items, damage plus defense in the same item, is not a viable thing. Why, Shweep? It's not 5 hours, Shweep. It's an hour and a half. You should already have it. It's definitely an hour and a half. Assault, nah. You finished at 6:30? That's weird. Have you gone on a run? That is weird because for Rogue it was an hour and a half, and for Sand it was an hour and a half. Are you sure? Wait, Shweep, which quest did you do?